We've been really excited because obviously it's gone from college straight into this. It's just been fantastic. I've loved every minute of it. So,
is this your dream to be in the West End?
Yes, this was actually my dream, to have a lead in the West End. So I was very fortunate to get that as my first job. It was great.
Now, for those who don't know, the Our House musical is the musical about madness. It's got all the songs in, but this is the show, and I've seen about 50 shows in the last few weeks for this programme. This is a show that I sat there thinking there is so much to go wrong. They really set you up with the most difficult tasks, like pushing desks across the stage and getting you to skip on stage and running and dancing. I mean, they really push you to the limit, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, in particular, I've got to do lots of costume changes, which is pretty impressive, but can also look like things have gone wrong if you do get the slightest thing wrong. So
I was going to talk about that because this musical is quite clever. It's almost in two halves. You're showing the way things could go if you went one way in life and the way things could go if you went the other way in life. And I don't want to give away the story or the plot. But as you say, you really do have a lot of changes. Almost every minute you're in a different costume doing another scene. It is incredible. I mean, are you really pushed to the second to change, or do they make it easy for you?
I'm pushed to the second to change. Some of them are a bit, am I going to make it? I mean, sometimes I don't make it. Sometimes I find myself on stage and my trousers are falling down and I have to sort of run off and, just improvise really and fix it myself. So, but it works out okay. I mean, all the costumes have been designed in a way that they can be taken off very quickly and put on very quickly.
You're playing a much younger character, and this is a ridiculous question, but what do you think it was that made them think, right, this guy's right for the role? What do you think your qualities were?
Well, it's not because I'm from Camden, because I'm from Yorkshire, so I'm quite young looking. You put a school uniform on me and I look 16. I don't think it's because of my acting, because I don't know what they think about that, so they don't really say.
What kind of pressure is on you being the leads then?
I've obviously felt pressure because there are so many talented people in the show and there's, like you said, a lot of experienced people. But I've just tried to kind of do my job, do it how I would do it. And, I mean, I was lucky enough to get the part, so I'm just trying to do it, my interpretation of it. So everyone would do it differently. So it's just giving what I can to the part.
How do you cope with the nerves? I mean, now I presume once you know the role inside out, it's better. But on those opening nights when things are being changed, because with all musicals or any production, they do keep changing it once it's open to get it absolutely perfect. That puts another edge. And I noticed with the thing you were rehearsing today, it's 3 minutes shorter than the actual stuff you do on stage. So how do you kind of mentally cope with the fact that you could be doing this performance, that performance, you're learning different dances, different routines for different TV shows, and then you've got the musical? It must be very confusing.
I don't know if I can answer that. Everybody just finds some. I mean, for me, the only way I can explain it is you find this part of your brain that obviously isn't working, and somehow you get it to work, and it remembers, and you surprise yourself what you can actually do when you put your mind to it.
Now, you're both quite young. What do you think of Madness then? Were you a big fan?
Well, my brothers and that, family who are older were big Madness fans, so I always listened to sort of It Must Be Love and, Baggy Trousers was one of my favourites. But I was kind of too young when it was really sort of the hype. But I've always thought they were brilliant. I've always enjoyed their music, so that's handy. What
did you make of Suggs then? Have you met him?
Yeah, we've met him quite a few times. I think they're all fab. They're all wicked laugh. Good bunch of guys, really down to earth, so that's good.
Well, this is a great musical love story. I'm not going to give it away. It's very difficult to talk about any of the musicals, but particularly this one, because if I start explaining it, it will kind of lose it for the audience, because it is a surprise and it's quite different right from the start, this musical, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the only way to describe it really, without going, like you said, going into it, is the fact that, to me, I believe it's got every element that you'd want in a performance.
It's a very real story. Everybody can relate to it. It's very similar to the show Blood Brothers. A lot of people who work 9-to-5 jobs love seeing that show because it's about real people, and that's what this show's about as well. It's got lovely music that you can tap your feet to, music that's really nice and moves you, and the story is it's about real people. That's the main thing.
It's always great to talk to new talent, and Michael Gibson and Julia Gay are certainly that.